3 moves that are gonna help your vertigo and dizziness. And if you stay till the end of this video, I'm gonna reveal 2 superfoods you need to eat. I'm Dr. Matthew Posa, and I'm a chiropractor in Milton, Ontario, Canada. I help people get over their health challenges and live the life they were designed to live. If you want more content like this, health tips and tricks, then subscribe to my page, and that way you'll get notified as soon as I release my next video. Don't forget to share this information with the people we know need it the most. I got 3 different moves if you have cervicogenic dizziness and vertigo that's gonna help you today. This is the base of your skull, and the base of your skull has 2 bones. Now these bones protect not only your brain stem, but they protect the nerves that come out of there. This is the area that we find problems with. And so if one of those bones are shifted, not sitting right, they stop moving, or you've had accidents and falls, there's a bunch of reasons why this could have happened in the first place. At the end of the day, we need to stabilize this area. So let's go through the top exercises that I would give to somebody who has cervicogenic dizziness and or vertigo that's gonna get you relief today. The first and most basic exercise that you can do is gonna be chin tuck exercises, but the way that you have to think of them is that we're stretching out the back. Because at the back, right here, this is where those muscles are located, and they're located on angles, different types of angles. And so we need to try and get them all. So the way that we're doing that today is I'm gonna show you how to do a stretch. Now the stretch is gonna happen, so let's do it from the side here, where you're gonna draw your chin back. Now by drawing your chin back, what we're really trying to do is lengthen the back of your neck. So as I draw backwards, we're lengthening. And then all you're gonna do with your hand at the end of that draw is you're gonna pull down a little bit on your head. So I'm pulling it down this way in order to stretch the back out right here. So again, it's a draw back. You're gonna take your hand, pull down just a little bit, hold this between 5 to 10 seconds. And then you're gonna relax. Now you can repeat that move as much as you want, but I would do that every 2 hours. Every 2 hours, we wanna make sure that we're getting to these muscles, especially if you're one of those people who sit at your desk or you're on devices a lot, your head is constantly forward, you're rounding your shoulders, but really what's happening is as your head comes forward, what it's doing is it's compressing the base of your skull, and it's actually forcing your neck into a worse position, making that area even more compressed and irritating it and causing inflammation. So that easy move you could do every 2 hours, hold for 5 to 10 seconds. And then here's a bonus tip. What I would do is as you bring it back, as you get that nice chin tuck action happening, but as your head is coming down, I'm gonna get you to start wobbling, and you're gonna do a figure 8. So you're gonna go 8 and 8. You're gonna do a nice figure 8. So again, bring it back, 8, 8. Now you're typically gonna find an area that is stuck, and as a chiropractor, that would be the area that I would want to adjust. That's the area that I would want to change for you. But if you're at home and you can't do that, that figure 8 motion is really gonna help break that up a little bit, and it's gonna help restore a little bit more motion. So that should be an easy way to help you. The next muscle I want you to focus on is called the SCM, and this muscle runs in the front of your neck. So I'm gonna make that nice and red so you can see that. Now what's happening is this muscle attaches to the base of your skull and it goes right here to the front. So when you sit down at your desk a lot, or the people who actually notice the most is gonna be the people who actually got into car accidents or people who have had whiplash. Because when your head gets whipped back, this muscle has to fire a lot, and it's a stabilizer. And then what you'll notice is your forward head posture comes into play. You start to do this because that muscle gets really tight. And as it gets tight, it brings you forward. It compresses that area that we talked about before. And now we get the problem, especially with dizziness and vertigo. It could be a good source of it because it's coming from your neck. And that's the area that we're talking about. If you want to stretch this one out, what you want to do is you want to turn your head completely to one side. You want to arch your head back just a little bit, and then you want to stabilize your shoulders. So I'm looking over my shoulder when I do this one because I'm trying to actually stretch this out. It goes on an angle, this muscle, so you really want to come over your shoulder. You're looking over, and I'm holding down my shoulders so that way I'm getting extra pressure. I'm gonna hold that for about 10 seconds, and then I'm gonna repeat on the other side. Find the area that you'll get the most pressure, because you're gonna find one that you're gonna notice is probably a little bit tighter. And then the second move to this is gonna be the pinch. Now what you're gonna do is, let's say it's the right side here, you're gonna locate the muscle belly where it's the tightest. You're gonna feel that right in here. And as you feel that, you can actually start rolling down. So the first stage of the pinch is gonna be to break it up this way. You can also use a little bit of cream, put it on your neck, use your thumb and literally go down that muscle and then go on an angle. So you're not going straight down. The muscle does come downwards and on an angle. So you're gonna follow the muscle down this way. And you can really see that when I turn my head. But the other way now to do that, after you've released it, is you're gonna take a pinch. So you're gonna, just with your index finger and your thumb, you're gonna find the area that is the tightest. And you can see I'm turning my head as I do this, because when I turn my head a little bit, 45 degrees, it bulges a bit. So what you could do is you can find the area that bulges, and then I'm gonna bring my head back to neutral, and I'm pinching. I'm literally pinching it as the muscle is rolling. And then I let go. And then it's pinch, and then let go. So I'm just keeping my hand there, and I just keep pinching and rotating my head. And then when you get to the top here, you can get right in there. So that's all you're doing. Now, if you go too deep, if you push too hard, yes, there's some blood vessels there, there's some stuff. So if you notice you're getting woozy, you're not feeling good, you're getting more dizziness or vertigo, then obviously stop. Please stop, because that area could be too sensitive. It could be too much. So just stick with the stretch, and or you can even do a little bit of the massage, but the last step there, the pinch, maybe that would be something that you'd want to wait until either the symptoms get better and then you can do that, or that you're maybe under chiropractic care with somebody and they're able to help you. Because we're talking about the base of the skull being the primary issue when it comes to vertigo or dizziness that comes from your neck, then what we want to do now is stimulate those muscles in order to do their job properly, which is to stabilize the area but not compress it. So what's really interesting with literature is that they found that by axial loading, meaning putting pressure down on your head, pushing it down through the spine, it actually causes those muscles to react in efforts to make sure that those muscles become stronger. So what you can do at home is you're gonna take this is a hand towel that I have here at the office. You're gonna put this on your head, and then what you're gonna do, take a couple books and you're just gonna put that on top of your head. So this is gonna help balance out a little bit. And all you wanna do is do those chin tucks that we talked about before, nice and slowly, so you're not dropping the books. But what you're doing now is you're teaching your brain and your spine and all those little muscles how to work under load. And because it's wobbly, you're really working the intrinsic muscles of the spine. So this is a really great trick to making sure that you're stabilizing your neck. And then I would do these chin tucks. I would actually do this 10 times. So I'm pulling it back, holding for 2 to 3 seconds, letting go. Well, let's do that from the side. Chin tuck, holding 2 to 3 seconds, and then letting go. Chin tuck, letting go. So you could try that at home, and you can repeat that every 2 hours, especially if you can handle that. I would do that every 2 hours. You're gonna feel very different after you do that because you've stimulated a lot. If you feel worse after that move, then stick to the first two only, which would be your SCM stretch and just your chin tuck exercise with the overstretch, and you can go into the figure 8. So bring this one next level up is then I would take a TheraBand. So this is just one of those elastic bands. Now this one is pretty thick, and the reason why I like this is I'm actually gonna put this on top of my head, like so, and then I'm gonna grab either side of it, I'm gonna push down, and then I'm gonna do my chin tucks. So I'm adding load to it. Now there's different weight to these things. So, you know, this red one is only a few pounds of pressure, so it's not gonna add too much. The different colors are gonna mean different things. So when you're buying these at the store, just check and it'll say exactly how much pounds of pressure. This one is by TheraBand, it is the red one. So you'll be able to see exactly that when you look that up online. You can double up on it if you want a little bit of extra pressure. So I like this one a little bit more. The other one was a bit too light. But again, all I'm doing is just chin tuck. I'm holding and then letting go. So really, really nice trick in order to cause that axial loading, but that should be the last stage. The two superfoods that you should eat in order to get not only the most nutrients, but really help to feed your body, so that way we're reducing inflammation, and more importantly, we're causing any of the crystals, any of the added calcium that might be floating around in those ears, that might be causing a lot of the balance issues, the vertigo or the dizziness, to get reabsorbed by the body. And so you need two things. The first one is you need vitamin D3 and you need vitamin K2, and I would take that as a combination together. What are the foods that have the most vitamin D and K2? There's one food on this that has them both, and it's beef liver. Beef liver, pound for pound, a little square of beef liver has one of the most nutrient-dense foods in the world. And so therefore, just eating a little bit of that can actually cause a lot of the good vitamins to go back into your body, and you can absorb those. And therefore, what it does is it changes inflammation in your body, but the K2 now also allows for calcium to go back into the bones versus being floating around. So that is a great hack that you can use. Now, if you don't like beef liver or you're a vegetarian, then obviously that doesn't apply to you. The other food that you can eat is eggs. Eggs are an excellent source, especially because they have a lot of cholesterol. And cholesterol is one of those things that your body needs in order to help convert sunlight into vitamin D. So having eggs is a great source to making sure you have enough of the good cholesterol so your body can convert vitamin D, and ultimately that is what will help your body build itself back up, help not only with the immune system and your bones and calcium and all that stuff, but it is really one of the best things that you can do in order to make sure that you're supporting yourself if you do have vertigo and dizziness. Now, if you want any advice when it comes to nutrition and what you should eat or avoid when it comes to vertigo and dizziness, I made another video that you can watch right here. Make sure you click on that, watch it, and let me know how you're doing. Let me know how this information came across. Let me know if you need additional information. Let me know how you're doing. You can put it down in the comments section down below. If you have a question, you can also put it there too.